Greetings. I am salt, a commonly known yet overlooked ingredient to your food. Before I get into detail about my history and importance, let me inform you of the different species of salt. There are 12 types of salt. There is kosher salt, which is similar to table salt but is bigger in size and is preferably used for meat. Table salt is the most commonly known salt in the world and is found in underground places called salt deposits. Sea salt, which is me, comes from the ocean after the water has evaporated. I contain other minerals such as zinc and iron. Celtic salt is common in France, hence the name Celtic salt or salgris, meaning gray salt. It is harvested from the bottom of tidal ponds, which is off the east coast of France. Himalayan pink salt is harvested by humans' very own hands and comes from the Himalayan pink mountains of Pakistan. A common mine that harvests Himalayan pink salt is Kawa Salt Mine. Fleur de sel is the flower of salt and it comes from France as well, and it is also found in tidal pools. Kala Namak is black salt and was originally Himalayan salt, but was placed in a jar with charcoal and herbs. It was then placed in a furnace for 24 hours, cooled, and left to age. It is definitely worth the time, though, to taste it. Flake salt is a snowflake-looking salt, and though it may look beautiful, it does not have a lot of minerals like me. Red Hawaiian salt was used for ceremonial purposes, such as cleansing or purification, but it does go great with seafood. Black Hawaiian salt comes from a volcano. Smoked salt is somewhat similar to kama, kalanamak salt. It has been placed inside a furnace for 2 or more weeks though. This process makes it have a delicious flavor, and it goes great with vegetables and meats. Lastly, pickling salt. It does not have a lot of sea salt minerals, which makes the pickles have an unpleasing variation of color, but it does make the pickle taste great. Now to the origin of salt. Salt was originally found in the 16,000s in China. The earliest known treatise was in China. It was around 16,000 BC when people from China harvested meat from a lake called Lake Yongchen. In the summer, when the lake evaporated from hot weather, China would also get their salt from, which is me, from the Yellow River. I was very important to people in China for a long time, which was about a millennia. Next is Egyptian time. While most people believe that I was used for breakfast to add flavor to sunny side up eggs, I was most valued for their ability to preserve things. I can preserve various foods and even human corpses. The Egyptians would use me in dry deserts to preserve corpses from burial sites from up to 5,000 years ago. The Egyptians gathered me salt from many lakes. The main lakes in the Nile Delta in Egypt that were known for providing me were Berolis, Edku, Marot, and Manzala. The borders of these waters allowed the Egyptians to collect meat easily. Lastly is France's time. Later on, I was discovered in France, and I even started to make an unfair tax. This occurred around the 14th century when Charles V made the tax permanent. The government required every individual citizen to purchase a small amount of meat, salt, every week. This was so that the government could accumulate a large amount of tax money in a very fast way. Fast forward the time and head over to the L family, you will see that it is that the latest generation has become familiar with tamales. I am not the most important ingredient in making a tamale, but I am still a part of it, and the journey from coming to China to the closest store to the L family's kitchen cabinet is a small role I play in the family recipe. And as L All's mother has said, the thing I love most about making tamales was making it with the family. Thank you for listening to the story of me, Salt.